Okay. So, are we live still? Okay. You ready to do a live YouTube?
I'm ready.
And
Okay. So, hello everybody. We are live. Is this on Facebook? We don't know where the hell we are, but we know we love you. So this one paused or froze. Let's see
Refresh.
what YouTube is doing. Whoops. Well, we have our frozen faces. I don't know why, but hey, we can talk. While Bill works on trying to get, can you hear us still? Just don't stop the broadcast. Hi, Kathy. So, were you guys notified? How did you know how to, or that we were on? That it was like
Pretty stuck in there with us. But
you guys are great.
yeah, this is our first attempt at Facebook, and I see us somewhere.
And YouTube.
And
No,
YouTube.
this is our first attempt at
YouTube, excuse me.
It
I'm
gets
so
confusing.
confused.
So Gina can hear us on Facebook. We have a few people on Facebook. That's the video is working. The audio is working. Do we have this? Bill is a miracle worker. I'll tell you what, he is a miracle worker. Okay, so hi. I'm gonna go back and forth here. I think we're getting a little bit fried, just trying to figure this all out. Gina was notified. Okay, so it's froze on Facebook. No?
Yeah.
Denise was notified. You guys rock. Let's see, we are live on YouTube. So love you guys. What we're going to do at this point is we're going to quick, give you guys a rundown for YouTube, who we are, what we do, what we want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what this squiggly stuff is in here. And Bill says, you know what? I don't care. He's had it. Bill has been working on this all day long.
So why don't you introduce yourself, honey, and who we are?
Let's introduce ourselves because there might be people, not like Michelle and Kathy and Gina, who don't know us. And we want to let you know why we're doing what we're doing. Those lines are bugging me.
Yeah.
But it's all good. So, I'm Deb DeRoos, and this is my husband, RJ DeRoos.
Hello, everybody.
We are two spiritual, crazy, paranormal, UFO
twin souls.
We met in 2016,
April 4th. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And knew instantly that we were a twin soul couple. We did write a book within a year from that date. We came out with a book called Defeating the Archons, a Twin Soul Mission.
Yes.
We knew instantly that we were on a mission. And it looks like it froze again. So, hi, Jessica, that there's more to our reality than what we see or what we have learned through the years. Rose and Bill, but it is. And I think Bill just doesn't give up because he has worked so hard all day long trying to get this taken care of. I failed to let him know we had that we had a program on our computer for streaming because I forgot. Because we do too many things. Okay, Gina found us on YouTube. Yay. So
I guess we need to. Are we frozen on the screen there? Can you tell us that?
Oh, what is that? Okay, so we may be more than frozen. I don't know what we are. Nope, it's still there. That's okay. You guys can hear us. That's all that's out. We want to get this video out, and a week we'll try on getting it better. So, we talked a little bit about our mission. We've written another finding alternate realms of existence.
Mm-hmm.
And for
No, it was about May.
boy, see, when you live in a fictional reality, but you're not there, that happens. Time means nothing. You really lose track of time.
So yeah, we live in a very quaint little town called Prudenville, next to Hope. We have a which we both love and do.
And that is called
Mystical Awakenings, Books and More. And our passion is to have a place for people to come, have someone to talk to that happens to be going through an awakening or ascending, and it's hard to find people that of like minds, but we're needed here, right?
we believe that we're needed here, and so are many other twin soul couples. Many people, not only twin souls, but there's many, many people who are living on this planet that are very, very needed right now to help with the evolution. I don't think. Yes, we need to evolve to new equipment. Amen. I lost track of where we are.
Yeah. So, we began that mission, doing radio together. That Deb had started Mystical Awakenings Radio, and we talked about many things. Had many cool guests on. And the Archon thing came to us during that time. It's about, fourth dimensional beings that have controlled us for a long time and kept us in fear and keeping the veil over our eyes and
Right.
the earth and the grid. And so we just thought it was important to not only share our personal relationships with one another and how we came together, but also how important it is to, that love is here for a reason to get rid of this separation and this depression and this being empowered or not empowered to do what we want to do. And so from there,
Yes.
and we are also paranormal researchers, and we do a lot of paranormal events. Some of our big ones are the Paracon in Sault Ste. Marie, Little Traverse Bay Parafest, and we also put on our own events.
Yes. And our biggest event actually this year, and it's the Michigan UFO Contact. We got the message that it's people up. It's time to let people know what's really going on out there. So, it's hard to start without starting at the beginning.
Experiencers.
We are experiencers. We both had experiences with missing time.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems as though since that time, RJ's was back in 1975.
Five.
Mine was 2, so it's only been a few years. We honestly did not plan FOCON. It was kind of planned. I just happened to say FOCON, and it's because that was what was given to me. So there's a lot going on around us, not only archons, and we'll get into that a little bit more. Marcia had said, I still never figured that out. Other life forms within the dimensions, with many universes. We're not alone.
Right.
We're not alone. Are we controlled? Absolutely. We have been for a long, long time. And the more people become aware of this, the closer we are along.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't mean leaving our physical body, say. Live in a fourth and fifth dimension physical body. Um,
Yes, the Archon thing is, in 1945, some archaeologists found the Nag Hammadi scrolls, and it was written by the Gnostics. And at one time, everybody on this planet was Gnostic, which it's not a religion. Of the Archons, a lower fourth dimensional being that they were controlling us and feeds off our negative emotions, our negative feelings, to literally feed off that. And they don't want their food to go away, so they kept us in the dark, and to the point where they've actually controlled the planet. And they're worshipped by many, and they're given hopes, false dreams to people, and wealth and whatever you want. But because they're literally afraid of losing their food and being discovered. And there's other resources that you can go. You can look at this up on anywhere on the internet and find out about Archons, but it's a very real thing, people. So, our mission, our first mission was to just that control. We're left with ourselves and having self-control and able to move on with our true destiny, our true ascension. So,
yeah. And, the self is really not a single person. It's all of us combined, in my opinion. I really feel we do have a singular physical body, but consciously, every one of us is connected. There's one consciousness that connects every one of us. We're all a part of the same. What is being controlled is that collective consciousness.
mm-hmm.
And it is being controlled by, the 1% and the archons.
Even to the point where when you pass away, imagine false reincarnations that weren't necessary. Very complex thing, and dimensional beings that are considered ETs is the MJ or the M12 documents, MJ12 documents, yes, in which they describe fall under this realm. So
it's kind of that fine line. Some people say archons are aliens,
just different dimensional,
right? Just different dimensions. Many beings, fairies, Bigfoot, many of the beings that we talk about, and more people are seeing because we're raising our vibrational level and able to see, in these higher dimensions. They are from other dimensions. It's not that they're really from other planets, although some are. They're also interdimensional. Stand the twin soul, but don't the human ego things come up to play against you? Jealousy, envy, competition, and the best one person of the couple wanting to be above the other come into play. I don't see that with us. Some of to be more, we're so alike that sometimes, normally one is other things, and we have some of that, but we also have some issues that go alike in that it makes it difficult. I don't know, RJ, how do you feel about that? About the ego coming into play between us?
No, I mean, if it does come there, it immediately is recognized, and by one or the other, right?
Right.
And because it's basically the same ego, please, and taking care of it. That's the popped.
Right. Yeah, I don't think that we have had that issue. And I think one blessing, Marcia, is that, we didn't get to, not always on our spiritual path. We, veered off, both of us at different times. But we have that behind us. And I think that really makes a difference because we don't see ego the way they play with us. Okay, even with friends, things like that. I would we don't we don't look at so
And like it's easily checked and easily recognized, and
yeah,
we know that it's not meant to be there. So
right.
mhm.
Next comment. Then you are mature enough to recognize the ego and address it. What about young people who aren't mature? Yeah, that's when it could be an issue because you have two separate physical bodies. A lot of times they do have similar physical traits as we do, but that soul is the same. So if you goes in there, it's usually going to be on both sides.
Yeah, and that's
Mhm.
to drop the ego. So
Right.
um, the ego's there to protect ourselves, they say, and protect your head. That's always talking.
Right. And you really have to stay in check with your important that, and I can't say we're perfect at that. I have to remind myself often of, what is it we're supposed to be doing. Don't get too caught up in the bills and because that mission is so important. And our mission of to open eyes to make people aware that we are one. And if we don't start working together, the powers, the archons, have worked very, very hard to cause separation in the people of this planet. And, if you look around, if you turn on the news, it's happening, it's working. And the only thing that can help that is love and everybody realizing, you say, but I have to stand up and fight. Well, I have to speak out. But if we stand up and say, I'm right, you're wrong, that's playing right into that division. Does that make any sense to anybody out there?
And getting back to what we're talking about, the UFO con that we put out, it was very successful. And another event that we put on is called the Flower of Life.
Yes. And that is a very spiritual, loving, fun retreat weekend.
And it's put on by not only Deb and I, but our great friend. So that's also in September. Both events are in September. So if you can go to Facebook and check those out, they're very, very cool. And we've had, 3 of those?
And the 4th annual Flower of Life. Of course, we do, things through our store. We do classes. We do meditation groups. We have one coming up this Thursday. It's kind of a mini get-together class, really, to help any of those that would like to, even spiritually, this time of year. We're facing every year at this time Christmas and all of the other, all beliefs have something this month. So, we have financial stress. We have stress of people in the hustle and bustle. People who feel like I can't do enough holidays. It gets dark earlier. So we have that going on Thursday from 6 to 9 and Friday from 1 to 4.
And Marcia also says, so the archons are working against us. Oh, yes, very much.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they always have.
And, we want to educate people about the archons. By doing that, you're also empowering.
And you need to become aware of what they do and what they've been doing for, 10,000 years.
Right.
And but they are being defeated. So, and each one of us, by loving more and being positive, absolutely takes away their power.
Right. And she says, aren't demons? Some people call them demons.
Yes.
Some
Fallen
people
angels.
known by many, many names. But this is nothing new whatsoever. Talked about for thousands of years.
Right.
I believe that, isn't it the very original first Gnostic Bible?
Well,
that addresses
the Nag Hammadi scrolls they found
right.
was first brought up in 1945 when they found those. Yeah.
Okay. But people are not aware of, even though the information is out there. It's almost like we've been handed blinders to where
Native American medicine men in Mexico and Southern America. This could include the.
She says, even if we're enlightened, we have to do We have to do for family what they expect for the holidays. We aren't able to do what we know now to be necessary. And
Yeah.
yeah, but I feel that I have to buy my kids gifts and I have to things. I don't actually celebrate Christmas in the same way. I'm not saying I don't believe in Jesus. So my personal, I have a lot of personal time of year, but because kids are brought up going to school and with other kids and expectations, and the only ones that can do something about that is us. If we continue to give what they expect it again next year. I've really kind of cut back this year and, have a little talk planned for the kid.
Get a pair of socks, well, a pair of socks again, and that's what Christmas means to them.
Right.
They're very depressed. And anyway, we could go ahead. We could have a whole show about that, but that's what our classes are going to be about coming up tomorrow and Friday.
Right.
But
Yeah.
not
And
bottom
I'm
and
glad to
stress.
be there. Of course, that's okay. Of course, that's okay.
Well, Marcia also recently, Marcia, this is the deal. I mentioned this before. The Gnostics was not a religious a gig. It wasn't. It was nothing to do with religion. It had to do with inner knowledge, and it was turned into a religion. And
What does the word Gnostic mean?
Gnostic means inner knowledge.
There you go.
So it had nothing to do with religion. Unfortunately, it was turned into religion, just like the original, you might call Christians. I don't believe Jesus today would approve of the church thing. Even Buddha
Right.
and Krishna turned into religions, and Muhammad. So I don't think these ascended masters had any intention for this happening.
Right.
And the Gnostics didn't. Earth and the universe in the Library of Alexandria, which was created by Catholics. They say it was burned. It was stolen, taken back into the Vatican, and stored below, because that told the truth about everything, and they did not want anybody to know that truth.
Right.
So religions were created by man, and woman, whatever. And
But what Jesus taught more than anything, as well as Buddha, who was 25,000 years earlier, and
2500
many
years
of the other leaders,
Mhm.
What they wanted to teach us was love.
and enlightenment.
It wasn't others. It was healing. We can heal. Jesus taught us, use your hands. You can heal. You can do magic. You can up to love and use your mind, your soul self, that beautiful collective consciousness to manifest.
Mhm.
You can do beliefs. Believe however you want, but we also don't want to be knocked for our belief. And our belief is ours. No two people think that way. And whatever you feel is right.
Religions have caused many, many wars and many, many deaths, and that's not what it's all about.
Exactly. Okay. Knowledge. What you believe is what you've been taught. Knowledge is listening. And that's one thing I love about meditation is that's our time to listen. You open up your consciousness and you get information, sometimes without even being aware of it. I can bet everybody listening tonight at some points in their lives, probably many points, all of a sudden something comes out of their mouth that wasn't really processed through the brain. It came out their mouth and they went, wow, where the heck did that come from? Is, being open to that information and that information just coming out your mouth. That's what it is. And it's not that the brain has to know.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. Saying it sounds like Marcia should be a guest one day.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I would love that. Yeah. And, that's why these conversations and being able to talk to all of you, Facebook Live and YouTube, is so important. Without blog talk, and we've done blog talk for quite a few years now, you can take callers and you're on with one caller for anywhere from usually 10 to 30 minutes, but you're not interacting with all the other people that have something to say, feel that we know it all. We absolutely do not. We not. We're just open. We're very open.
And a lot of people ask us what's the difference between spiritualism and religion. Well, spiritualism, it is about experiencing life and learning um, one or two or three people that speak, and you believe in that. There's nothing wrong with having beliefs, but the thing about beliefs is this. You can believe in something. How can you believe in something if you don't experience it? You're being told to believe a certain way. And I think it means to be a spiritual person and to have it interact with you and understand it from that aspect.
Absolutely.
But in many different ways, I mean, to take Christian religion, I mean, how many different kinds of Christian religions are there? And why are there so many? And one believes one way, one believes the other. And that's fine. Yes, they're right, and they can do that. But to really experience it and to have a hands-on connection with it is where it's at, and that's being spiritual.
Right. And I feel all beliefs have some truth, but truth is truth. Beliefs are beliefs. And it just kind of takes me back to when I was a kid. I doubted everything. I got the people that know me well know that I was kicked out of Sunday school. Yes, I was kicked out of Sunday school. Not once, but twice. And the second time, they wouldn't allow me back and let my parents know. I had to question everything. And I openly said it didn't make sense to me and would explain why. And I remember my father getting very mad at me. I learned about the war on religion. Catholic and my father Aryan. And of course, they didn't agree on many things and they would fight over it. And that kind of taught me very young that neither of them were completely right because neither of my parents could be completely wrong. So, anyways, I'll get back to the belief thing. After getting kicked out the second time, my father was scolding me, and we had quite a little war in the house about the whole thing. And I asked him, why is it so important that I go to Sunday school? Well, because you have to learn. Why do I have to learn when it doesn't make sense to me? Do I have to believe that? And he said, yes, you do have to believe that. Yeah. That's the way I believe. I don't remember all the words, but I've just got to get this last little part out. I said, so I'm supposed to believe in this because you tell me, and aren't you the one that told me I had to believe in Santa Claus?
Right.
Because I proved my point right there.
Right.
Because I no longer, at that point, knew my parents were my Santa Claus, and they had lied to me. But I had to believe in Santa Claus because they said so.
Well, Gina, I'm coming to with my this is what's coming lately. Yeah, we can believe what we want. Everybody has a right to believe what they want. But can we survive in so many different beliefs? I don't think so. And perhaps because we're told we can believe in, we just need to believe in one thing, one final truth,
like
one
love,
one reality, one truth that we can all grasp together. Because how can we, free will is not really about that. Free will is be able to find the real the one reality that we all are ascending to. Mm-hmm. And in so many different beliefs, I believe that's just separating us. And I think it's time that we all are able to experience the one real thing. And like love is definitely one of those. So I think we have to change our way of thinking, our way of consciousness that, yeah, I'm this and I'm that, or I'm this and I'm that. And they say, oh, that's cool. But to ascend as a planet and as a human race, we must know what the truth is. We must know what really exists of. And we've been hidden. That's been hidden from us. No. And I think it's dangerous for people to have so many different beliefs. I think it keeps us separated, and that's just me. I'm not trying to take that away from anybody, but that's where the message I'm getting lately.
Video, or had video again for a moment.
And that's frozen again.
So,
Yeah. So does that make sense to you guys? Sure, I respect everybody's belief, but again,
yeah,
I think we should be searching for this one divine truth, this one divine reality that all are going to be a part of. Have loving level of consciousness.
Yeah.
And just knowing that's where we need to be.
Exactly. I'm just trying to scroll down here, and it looks like everything is frozen. So I might have Kathy. I'm going to have to go to my Facebook on my phone so I can see the comments, so we can see the comments. Hold on one second, guys. Trying to get to the comments. Gene, I do think you made a good point, and I see both sides of this where everybody can believe how they want to believe, but I do feel kind of like what art may have to be obsolete at some point.
Yeah. Look at it like this. The earth starts out with children, and we all imagine different things, and that's fine. You might see a flower, you might see a bug, and I think we're going through puberty now as a human race. And our quest for knowledge and the truth and reality, it's not in our imagination anymore. It's real because we're experiencing it. And I think we're here to experience all these things together.
Right.
And once we do that, when peace happens, when love happens, and that's when we're all. Doesn't mean you're not unique, because you are you. It's that as a human race, we can all agree and get along and love one another because we are starting to understand what true reality is.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just playing with. Absolutely, and Marcia said, "Deb, Santa is very real. We are Santa. We are Santa, just the same as we're God's hands and feet for all people." Man, that is a comment I can't deny.
Mm-hmm.
I don't argue at all with that. Yeah, we are God. God's within us. We don't need to go, say, okay, I'm Baptist, so I hate Catholics, and I'm, Islamic, so I hate, none of that makes sense to me because it all creates separation and hate. So, yeah. And, it would be nice if we could just let religion go so we could come together. Marcia says religion is man's construct. Religion was set up so we could find this one truth. Man made it all about man and our beliefs. And exactly. And it's, my feelings are it's all made to control. It's fear-based. It's all fear-based, and it's there to control. Hi, Sherry.
Yeah, let's get real. In the year 362, Constantine, the first Christian, what do they call, emperors of Rome, got together and decided with a group of other people what they were going to put in this book called the Bible. And it was a lot was left out. A lot of truth was left out. Totally not right.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you didn't believe in it, trust me, you were killed.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happened. You just marched on. You were sacrificed. You were put on crosses. You were, the story about even Jesus put on a cross was a bunch of because the reason he was put because he wasn't going to go along with what they wanted to put in that Bible.
Hmm.
He,
Yeah.
he was about inner knowledge.
A little crazy here tonight is our opinions, our feelings, our knowing. Do we say every feel and believe what we say? Absolutely not. As Buddha said, don't believe me. Please don't believe what I'm telling you. Go learn for yourself. Find your truth. It's out there. And I love that, most of the people listening tonight, or at least commenting, do feel the same way. They do have very similar truths. It's not easy to be different from the mainstream. Trust me, I've been about as different as honestly, and that's okay. I'm good with being different, but some people aren't. We were talking today to somebody, and RJ made the comment, "Yeah, Deb's had Bibles thrown at her," and I have. I've had people call me all kinds of names. I've had many people tell me, I'm going to hell and I should go to hell. Other people telling me that I need to be because of my belief. No, it's not easy. So I give you all credit for being here and speaking your truth. Saying she could use some extra strength for the next 3 days. It's going to be rough. And I know what you're talking about, sweetheart. My heart breaks for you and the family, and our strength and love is definitely with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's always with you, but we'll just, add more for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Sherry says, just one word, love. Amen, sister.
That's what it's all about. Just gotta love one another. And can you imagine, like the song says, what this planet would be like, if we just all love one another.
Yeah.
Forget our differences.
I got goosebumps. That was, for those of you that don't know, that was actually our wedding song. We walked out to Imagine,
Mm-hmm.
because that is us. I'm trying to read comments here. Kathy, if different faiths would respect each other, it would go a long way. That's so true. But, the problem with different faiths is you have separation. And that's really our issue with different organs. They're separate. Why do we have to separate the people? Really, our religion should be love.
I'll be right back. I'm going to let the dogs in.
Okay. Marsha, I'm so with you. I'm just reading your comment that you've always been different, even with church, have served in ministry, will always serve in ministry. Yes, the same here. I'm an ordained minister, and my whole life, your whole life, is ministry. But want to speak the truth. That's, separates. Can we believe in God and believe in love? Absolutely, we can. And there's so many different beliefs. Our word for creator may be God. Somebody else's word may be who knows what. It doesn't matter, because we all believe there's higher power. And that's okay too. It really, truly is. I don't have a problem as long as they're loving, do unto others. Different faiths say, every faith says something different, and or every religion anyway says something different.
And sadly enough, there's this thought that survival of the fittest. That only the strong survive. Well,
Mm-hmm.
we're all strong. It's not survival of the fittest. It's helping others along,
Mm-hmm.
and with love and bringing everybody up to the same page.
Right.
So, programs that have been put into us, just anything with separation,
Right.
all the way down to our political system don't need to exist on that plane of consciousness. um, is simply not true.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, it's simply not true. But yet, where it's pounded in our head, only the wealthy survive, and that was set up that program, and to benefit 1% of the people. So this has to fall for us to be what we're supposed to be, all it's supposed to be.
I can finally get to move.
Yeah, there's no one better than the other.
Okay, so I'm trying to read some of this. It's because I'm seeing different stuff on there than I'm seeing on here. And we didn't. We just know who we are and what we do and what our plans are. But that truly is a big part of it. Oh dear.
So
And there we go again. It came somehow for a minute.
mhm.
There it is.
Yeah.
And we'll see if it lasts. I don't know. Yeah, Marcia, same place. We are one conscious, no matter what you call tried to put out the same word that we're putting out. And that, some of those people were Jesus and Buddha and others. And I keep losing this for some reason.
But unfortunately, there are those who do not want us to do that. And it leads to
time. We are going to, I just want to, moment here and let you guys know, we are going to continue with the YouTube because number one, you don't have to pay for those videos to stay in place.
Right.
Blog Talk maybe taking a back seat. We have so many issues with that keeping going that we may, not do both. We have also started a new, what is it called? We've started a new page. Think of what it's called. And my son just walked outside, so I'm not.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me about it today.
And you can subscribe to it. You subscribe to different thing. A lot of free videos on there, but just because of time constraints and things like that, we may do some classes we'll be able to get. So that's kind of a work in progress. Exactly, all that in time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Amanda, I have my own pain with organized religion. And I think just don't shove it down my throat or my. And that's another issue with organized religion is that there we go again. It keeps going in and out.
And maybe that's the beauty of it, that there are different paths to the ultimate goal.
Right.
And we have to never ever forget that all those paths aim towards the same goal. They all are one. So
yeah. And if the I don't know. I don't want to get too into let's bash religion because
no, we're not trying. I don't think we're bashing religion. I just think it's not. Something new has to come to a light, and there's not supposed to be different kinds of religion. We all are from the same place, and there's got to be one divine truth that we all can find together, experience together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Ending our episode. We'll talk more next time. Once we get this YouTube thing figured out. We might even do it a few times a week. We may only go half an hour on and do a little video. There's so many things to talk about. Because there's so many things that we want to close and
disclosure.
It's just
can we go on and on?
Yeah, we could go on and on. So as topics come up, we will definitely let you.
Because
all right,
we are definitely in a battle,
yes.
And it's not a religious battle; it's a battle for our souls and our right to be to write for the truth, the truth of love, and to
Yeah.
find and to gain knowledge and to be what we totally are here
Mhm.
to be.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
nobody has a right to take that away from us.
No.
And I don't care what you call them or what they are. Um, that's got to be taken away.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So stopping the separation by increasing awareness, increasing the love, that's the ultimate. Love is the of everything. It truly is. Um, so that's one thing that I think is important to remember. And that goes with religion, politics, everything. When it's designed to create fear within you, there's something wrong with it. Okay.
Yeah, Marcia, we're at different levels, but you know what? We're slowly getting these levels on the same level, and that's the goal, that we all get on the same level. And some of us learn quicker, some of us experience things at different times, and to help others, if we're pass on, then we should do that. People are just looking for it and wanting it. So the ultimate goal is to get on the same page and the same level of consciousness, and so we can all share the love and share the experiences that we're meant to do.
Yeah, be trying to other people's path for us. Does that make sense? We're taught that we have to believe certain ways. We're taught that we have to dress a certain way. We're taught that everything.
Yeah. At the same time, I think ascending in raising our consciousness doesn't have anything to do with differences. It has to do with similarities and coming together as one. So this is my opinion.
We're taught to be different, but yet at the same time, we're taught to, I was the biggest payment to, I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do this with your hair. It's not proper to do this. Or I never kind of, totally fell into the same. And, it was always thinking about their own life. I didn't really care.
Remember this, that all of life, no matter what form it takes, all comes from the same source. And that in itself makes us the same thing. And there's no differences in us. We all are searching for love and searching for truth and knowledge.
Yeah.
And that's all we want. And,
Yeah.
remember that everything in the universe comes from the same source, the one source.
It all began with a thought. Marcia says, Deb, you're such a rebel.
Yeah,
I still am.
Still am, yeah.
And I think that's a good thing. And feelings or anything like that, it's always been, to learn truth and all good things.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for putting up with us tonight.
What a night.
You'll, I'm sure, be notified next time we go live. Thank you, really, all of you, for interacting and being so great with us. We love every one of you.
Yes, we do.
So everybody have a fantastic week. Until we meet again, may all of your awakenings be mystical. Love you.
Good night.